Hi. So today I wanted to take a little bit of time to just go over the study guide that I created using Google Sheets. This study guide helped me get organized for my exam. I did take the exam on March 1st and passed the first time. And so I just feel like a lot of the reasons why I pass is not just because I studied, but because I actually got organized and I was able to cover the bases. So I knew exactly, what is it that I need to review for this exam and did I do it or not? And so the way that I created this sheet is this is the first sheet that you see. It's on my website for $59 and it's pretty cheap for the amount of use that you get out of it. And so the fact that it's that, affordable, um, don't let that deter you from being interested in it because you know how they say like anything that's cheap isn't worth it. Not really. Not all the time. You can get some good stuff for a very affordable price. And so this is one of those things where it's affordable and it's useful. So I'm just gonna start by clicking on. So once you've gotten this, you need to rename it because if you ever share it with me up here and you want me to insert or make any edits for you, I need to have access. So you just need to share it by clicking that. And then you would just, sorry about that. You would just put in my email and then I would get it and then just do whatever I have to do to help you with yours. So go ahead and open up your guide, which you probably have already done, and then just rename it. You could just put whatever name you want. So you can select it and just rename it. I'm not going to because this is my master copy. So whoever buys it will get this copy that I have. So, all right. It has the customer service email. And then at the bottom, just go down and look at the words to remember. I put this as a little inspiration. And so it just says, please show yourself kindness throughout this long journey of becoming a BCABA or BCBA. It is not a race to finish. It is not a race to the finish line against anyone. You in your own lane and going at your own pace, just doing the best you can. Follow through each day with studying if you can, but take breaks and give yourself grace when you need to take more time on sections. Use these spreadsheets daily and weekly leading up to your exam to keep yourself on track. The Facebook group where the Good Leopard started is here for you as a resource too. And a quote by Robert Frost, the only way out is through. And so if that wasn't some motivation for you, then dang. But I was trying to give you a little bit of encouragement. Like it's okay if you're starting over and you just need a little bit more practice getting the concepts down. It's okay. Like the fact that you're taking initiative is what's more important. So you're going to see this as the first tab. And this looks like a lot, but it's actually not that bad. I'm going to zoom out a lot more. And so up here, it just gives you like the directions. So please read those. Don't convert this to an Excel document. It will mess up the formatting. All right. So don't do that. Don't distribute this if you've bought it. Just keep it to yourself. Don't try to make a copy and share it with someone else because that's, stealing. And I put a lot of work into this. So if you would just be honest and not distribute it, that'd be great. So as we go down some, you could see how there's already week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I split up sections for you to study if you want to go ahead and just type in your dates in which you will cover each thing. So you would just click this and click the pencil. And you would just put in your dates. So for an example, if I want to say 4/25, right? X, and then click 4/25. And so like pretty much this is the new date that you put in. So you're going to plan out how you're going to study. This is a study plan as well. So it's for planning. That would be that. I'm just going to actually, no. You can always undo something pretty easily. So as long as you close out of that. Yeah, like that will be a way to label the weeks in which you will do certain things. Like this is part 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. And each thing, it has like the chapters has terms that go with the Cooper chapter. So you can take notes in each space if you'd like to. You don't have to, but I recommend just at least looking over this before you test. And so the point is to take notes if you want. And it even has, you know, the end of chapters. Here you see, and just section, chapter 2 is really, really long, as you can see. But over here, this is your competency check. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You could technically erase this entire thing, like select it and just erase it. Like you don't even have to keep it. But if you want towards the end of your studying, just to go through and just check that you know each row. And this will be one row. So you go all the way across. You'd be able to see, like, do I know all these terms? It's a little bit random for the by row, but by column, it's sorted by chapter. So this is literally like by the end, can you confidently talk about, or do you know what each of these is, right? So now, once you've finished each week, you click completed. So let's say you filled in all your definitions, right, for each chapter. And so you could click complete. This is the way that I like reinforce myself. I'll put a check mark or complete. Otherwise, you could just leave it like this. If you haven't gotten to it, then don't check it off. Now, when you're about to test, this is where you do this too. So these two are first about, like, you know, this is your first competency check. Maybe you read it a little bit, but this is like your final. This row and this row is like your final. So like you would just make sure that you've felt confident about this row, right? To check this box. This is just like the first check. Now, before you test, up here is the mastered. So you've checked off each thing and you've went through and you've finished. And as you finished it, you're just going to click master just to make sure that you really have done all of this stuff, right? So let's say you've done your week 2, you've done your week 3, and before you test, you're just going to go back and say, okay, complete. And then you get here and you say completed, but then you look and you say, oh, wait, I don't remember what temporal extent is. You're going to leave that as still needs review. You're going to keep going. You're not going to check that, right? So what I will do is just undo this so that I don't have to get, someone won't download this and download it in the way that it's already checked off. So I need to put this back because whatever version this is, they're going to get based on the link that I provide you at checkout. So it's actually a really good system. If you're just a little bit nervous about missing something, you just want to make sure that you're good. By the end, this will all be green, right? And then it even gives you a little bit of encouragement at the bottom, like you did it, good job. And so I will get off of this. This is the Cooper tab, again, for the Cooper terms and concepts. The next tab you have that's given to you automatically is the task list tab. So the task list is sorted by the Cooper chapters. Like chapter 1 involves A. Chapter 2 involves A and B. Chapter 3 involves F and H, right? So I've sorted by chapter which task list items go with what. And so let me just show you. This is awesome because look, you can check 100%. Did I review this 3 times and feels good about them? If you're still here, that means before your exam, you need to go back if you see any yellows or reds and say, ooh, let me review that again. You reviewed it 3 times and guess what? You're good. And you're going to do this across the board. Same for this. Did you do all the stuff in the row? Mastered and ready. You're just going to go through and make sure that you're good. All right. This is what this is for. This is not for note taking. This is simply to check to see, did you cover each task list item in each chapter? Are you with me? Now, I want to emphasize that some people didn't know that section I is the supervision outline 2.0. This gives you everything you need. Cooper doesn't do a good job of covering section I, but here's the thing. I gave you what to do right here. I put additional review recommendations, and I linked everything you need in here. So I linked the supervision outline, the ethics code, the handbook. And then I also included maybe you should do YouTube task list review or some mock exams for each section. I'm giving you the outline on which you need to follow. You can veer off the way you want to, but I simply provide you with a start of what you should do and what you're missing, right? So now here's a really cool part. You can do a, you can use a digital planner. So I literally designed the planner where you can put in whatever you want. You can make this whatever you want it to say, right? And you just put in what you're going to do each day. Task list A, right? So let's say on day 2, week 2, you want to just work on task list A, right? So you can literally do whatever you want with this. This could even be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? There's things you can do with this sheet that you probably weren't even aware of in terms of like being efficient. If you type Monday and you want it to go to Sunday, you click this and drag it down. And it already put it in order for you, right? So it's really simple. And as you go, you can check off and it will update this progress bar for you. So look, as you go down your week, you can check off all the way to 100%. Isn't that awesome? And you can use this literally, even if you want to do categories like mine says to do, meetings, home life, wellness. I've restructured mine because now I'm done with it. I don't have to do the studying anymore, but you can relabel and make this whatever you want. You don't have to make this about studying. You can simply make it about your life. You can relabel anything that you want to do. It's all customizable, right? So this is the fourth sheet that you get. This is the task list item notes. And so if you want, this is what I fully recommend doing. You should probably take notes for each task item as you learn them. Excuse me. I press Control F like this. Oops. That isn't supposed to happen. But pretty much as you type, just whatever it is that you want, right? So you can take notes for each thing. And to undo, you need to don't click on the box you're trying to undo. Click somewhere else and then press undo. So like if I tried to type something right here and then I had it selected and I said undo, well, actually it might work. But in other words, there's certain things you can do to make it easier for you to undo stuff. Also, before you close out of it, press enter and make sure that it saves, because sometimes if your internet's spotty, it won't save if you don't press enter after, just so you know it went into the cell, okay? So I have all the task list notes you need right here. You can add your own, or alternatively, if you want to look at my notes, I have been sharing my notes just if you want to just have as a reference. You can share your sheet with me up here and I'll know what you want. Or you can add in, please add your notes in and I'll add it. So you'll also get if you want my notes, you'll get a fluency sheet with all the terms that I use to do fluency practice on my phone. So like I have terms and definitions pre-listed that I would just scroll and I would just look at the definitions. And then I would scroll over and and see if I got the term correct with it. And so if you want that sheet, let me know and I will just add it in for you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'll pull up my personal one. And then if you want this sheet, let me know and I'll happily put it in for you. I just don't sell it with it because not everybody wants someone else's notes. Like I just would rather have you have the framework to be successful. And then if you want extra help, I can always be there for you to help you. But I will show you my fluency sheet that you have the option of asking for, and I'll give it to you. But you must press share in the top right. Otherwise, there's no way for me to access your sheet once you download it. So this is the sheet that I'm talking about. You get all these terms included if you want them. They're not automatically included, but if you want it, I'll add it in. And as you can see, there's an ABC order definitions. And what I like to do is I like to just make this bigger. Hold on, how can I zoom in? I don't want to make it confusing for y'all. So I'm going to do 150%. And I'm just going to pretend like I'm on my phone. And sorry, those are my task notes. So pretend like you only see, well, I'm going to scroll down. You only see the definitions. Let's say you're on your phone and you just make it big enough so that like by pinching like your screen and expanding your fingers like this to zoom in, you can only see one side at a time, right? If you make it big enough. And so what I like to do is I would go through and I would read the definitions and I would say, oh, the likelihood that a target behavior, problem behavior will occur in a given circumstance, blah, 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 blah. Conditional probability, right? So I'm going to say, oh, was I right? And I was, right? So I was just reading definitions really fast before my exam, and I can go through and I can say every term that goes with it. That's how I knew I was ready. I was primed because I knew what term and definitions go together. I know when I'm on the test, what makes sense to me. Based on what I know something is, I can eliminate answers that are just not even going to apply. So you get over 800 rows of stuff. I could keep going. You can get all of this included in your study guide. It's literally so cheap. It doesn't make sense why you wouldn't want something like this, even if it's just to have to check off that you've done everything. And then if you want the fluency sheet, that's pretty valuable in and of itself, just because it takes work to get all of this stuff the way that it looks. It took me months to put this together. It didn't just come together in a day. Like this takes a long time to do. So if you want this free tool, in addition to your sheet that you pay money for, then get it. It's worth it. Just the fluency sheet by itself is worth the $60. Like that's pretty good. And so I'm gonna zoom. This is how you zoom in and out. Let's see. If you wanna like drag information and make it like duplicated all the way down, you just type whatever it is. And like I said, if you want an A to go all the way down, or you want A, B, C, D, E, just click this and see what happens, right? You can copy it just like that. And I know sometimes if you do like A, B, C, I think it'll like format it for you. I know there's certain ways that you can do it, even for dates. Like it'll, so this one it didn't do it, but if you did like, let's say you wanted dates. Let's say I did 3. Let me go back to the planner. Hold on. I want to show you. So the one that you're going to get. So if you want to make it really easy and like put dates like I did, I'm actually going to show you my planner as well. I can show you how good it is like for planning for the dates. And so I'm going to share this tab instead. So this is literally how I use mine. I just put in dates, right? I just put in dates and I can just drag all of that, right? So that is another way that you can format your planner. If you chose to do the dates, you could do 4/8/23. You'd select it and then just drag it all the way like this. And it literally put the dates for me. I dragged it down, right? It's literally that. It's that easy. All this stuff is just at your fingertips. All right. So let me know if there's anything else that you have a question about. You can always email me, like I said. Oh, and this is a cool tool as well. This right here, you can click which sheet you want. You can also color code the sheet. So you can put a color if you want. Click this little arrow, change color, and you can pick whatever color you want. You can label each thing whatever color that you want to choose. You can also color this entire study guide into a different theme. If you want to change the brown to black or white. I wouldn't say black because you won't see, but if you want to change literally all of this to a new color, just select all, go up here, and you could literally choose blue. You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to keep it the same way, right? It's fully customizable. And it's actually worth a lot more than what I'm selling it for, but I'm trying to keep things affordable because I know how hard it is to afford stuff for when you're studying. It's hard. And especially like you're a student, you're still working and you're not quite making BCBA money yet. Like I get it. So this is my email if you have any questions for me. Or just if you want to let me know about how much you're enjoying it. Let me know that and I'd be happy to assist you with that. So thank you so much for watching and I'm hoping that this tutorial was beneficial to you. All right, thanks. Bye.